Hey, good morning, third graders. Today we are moving on. Yesterday we learned about parallel lines, two lines that will never cross each other. They stay the same distance apart forever. We learned about intersecting lines that will eventually cross at some point if they keep going. We learned about line segments where they have the endpoints. We learned about lines with arrows on the end that just keep going. We learned about a ray. We learned about a point. And today we're moving on to learn about angles and perpendicular lines. Okay, so let's view, we're gonna take a look at our lesson here. And we will bring it all the way back to the beginning. All right, so I forgot to put our I can on there, but we're gonna say I can identify perpendicular lines, obtuse angles, acute angles, and right angles today. But let's review. Can you name the lines or parts of the line? And these are what we did yesterday. So we're just reviewing what we did yesterday. We learned about our line segment that has two endpoints and a line in between. We learned about our ray. We learned about a point. And we learned about a line that just keeps going and has the arrows. Okay, so let's start talking about what we're going to learn today. We're going to learn about angles. Well, what is an angle? An angle is two rays that are connected by one endpoint. Okay, an endpoint is known as a vertex. So that's a new word, vertex. Vertex is the endpoint or the part where two rays come together. Okay? And it creates the angle. So vertex is where the two rays come together. That makes an angle. The angle is the opening between the two rays. Angles are different. They are different because they have different size openings. Some will be like this, some will be like that, some could be like this, some could be really small. Angles are all different. Okay. Let's look at our next one. It says a right angle. A right angle makes a square corner. It's called 90-degree angle. And when we mark a right angle, we do that. We make a little square to show that it is a right angle. It's like the square corner of a piece of paper. That's the easiest way to really think about what a right angle is you think about the square corner of a piece of paper. Okay, if you put that onto the right angle and it matches up perfectly, that makes it a right angle. Right angles are found all around us. We've got one on, and you can see her elbow creates a right angle. Where do we see right angles around you? Do you see any when you're looking around? Maybe on a bookshelf. I'm looking at the bookshelf. Maybe on a table legs. So look around and see, doors, windows. Right angles are everywhere around us. Acute angle. An acute angle is less than a right angle. So if I try to make my square corner, it's not going to work. It's just going to end up kind of this little tiny curve. A right angle or an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. It's less than a right angle. A little trick to help you remember what the word acute means is to think of a smaller angle. Think of it as it's so cute or it's acute. An obtuse angle is one that is greater or bigger than a right angle. When you circle that one, woo! It is so much bigger than a square corner. Obtuse angle, a way I remember obtuse is by saying obtuse like this. Obtuse. You make it sound really big. Obtuse. To remember that obtuse means big. Perpendicular is when lines, line segments, or rays make the right angles which resemble the letter T. You see in the letter T that there are right angles. These lines are perpendicular. Do you see the right angles? Perpendicular always makes 4 right angles. Whenever they cross, they make 4 right angles. Review. What type of angle does the letter L form? Correct. It makes a right angle. Look at that. Perfect. What angle does the bird's mouth making? It's making an acute angle because it's less than a right angle. Can you identify any streets that are perpendicular to each other? Well, let's look. We've got Main Street that runs this way. We've got 2nd Street that runs this way. We've got Elm Street that runs this way. So I would say 2nd Street and Elm Street. I also see like Main Street crosses 2nd Street. Main Street crosses 1st Street. They're perpendicular to each other. Which 2 streets do you see that are parallel to each other? Oh, look at this. Parallel, parallel. Main Street and Elm Street. But so is 1st Street and 2nd Street. They are parallel. What type of angle is formed by the hands on the clock? You wrote obtuse. You are correct. Okay, friends, click onto the template to practice now. Thank you.